What's up, everyone? Welcome to this edition of Addition, but not as you know what, alternate addition strategies is what we're tackling today. Let's go. The example we're going to use today is 37 plus 48. Now, traditionally, what we normally do is we would line it up just like this. We'd have one of the numbers here and then the second number there, and we would add it by place value. But then this is where it sort of gets lost in terms of math. If I were to say 7 plus 8, we would get 5, and then you carry the 1. What does that mean? What do you mean, carry the 1? Well, anyways, we would do 1 plus 3 would be 4, and 4 plus 4 would be 8, and the answer would be 85. Now, that's a really quick way of doing it, but I would argue, do we really understand math? So today, we're going to be learning 4 alternate algorithms or 4 alternate strategies that will help us do addition in a different way. Here are the different strategies that we'll be using. Expanded form, show all sums, compensation, and by parts. So the first one is expanded form. Let's go. Now expanded form is going to take 37 and 48 and break them up into different parts. So what we can do is we can definitely say 37 plus 48 would be a true statement. But we can break this down even more. What do I mean by that? If we took 37 as 30 plus 7, and if we take 48 as 40 plus 8, that would also be a true statement. Now, let's start adding it together. Now we add our ones together right here, and then we add our tens together. And now we still stick to the same place value. We still understand that that's how math is done. And how many ones do we have? We have 15 ones. And how many tens do we have? We've got 70 tens. 70 plus 15 is equal to 85. And that is how expanded form is done. Now let's get to another strategy, showing all sums. When we show all sums, we still line it up vertically. 37 plus 48. But we're going to show all the different sums. We're going to do something very similar. Let's take this place value, and we can also start with the ones if we wanted to, but let's start with the tens because it's going to be larger. 30 plus 40 would be 70, and then we start with the ones. 7 ones plus 8 ones equals 15 ones. And your answer would be, you guessed it, 85. And that is how you show all sums of the place values. Get it? Show all sums. Our third strategy is called compensation. With compensation, we need to learn that what we do on one side, we need to do that to the other side. If I were to write it like this, and we wanted to use mental math, what could we do to make these nice, easy whole numbers? Well, we could borrow 2 from these ones right here. So if we took these ones, we would add 2 to this one. And what would that do? That would turn this into 35 plus 50. 50 is an easier number to add than 48. When we have 35 plus 48, then we get our answer. This works the other way as well. Whatever works easier for you. We could take, let's say, a certain amount of ones to add over here. What would be the easiest whole number that we can make this number to? I would use 40. So in order for this to be 40 right here, you would have to add 3. If I added 3 from here, I would have to take away 3 from there. So our equation would then be 40 plus 45, which would equal, you guessed it, 85. And that is compensation. Our last strategy can also be used with mental math or with pen and paper. By parts is the last strategy. I would take 37 as my main number. And then instead of just going 48, let's start with the tens. 37 plus 40 would equal 77. But we didn't add the ones yet. So then I would go 77 plus 8. It's a much more manageable number, which would equal 85. And that's how we do by parts. All right, we went through alternate addition strategies pretty quickly. Now it's your turn. Can you try these strategies out? Here are a few numbers that I'd like you to write down, and then go back through the video and try them out yourselves. So, the strategies again are expanded form, show all sums, compensation, and by parts. Expanded form had us taking 37 and 48 and breaking it down to its place values. Then you would get 70 plus 15, which is equal to 85. Showing all sums, lined it up the same. 37 plus 48, and then added the place values again. 70, because 30 plus 40 is equal to 70. And then by the ones is 15, and your answer would be 85. Compensation would have us lining up any way that you'd like. I like doing it this way. And then what we would do is compensate, and we can sort of add, if we want to take minus 2 here, so that we can add 2 here, we would be ending up with 35 plus 50, which gives us an easier number to add with. And by the parts would be the last one. It would have you starting off with the number and break it down to something simpler, and you can use mental math for this. 77, and then we would take that 77, add the remainder, which is 8, which is equal to 85. And all of them have come up with the same answer with a different strategy. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Can you try them out? If you're having some trouble, go back through the video, watch the strategy, and just practice it. That's all it is. It's just practice, and it'll become easier and easier, and actually a lot more fun. Let me know, what's your favorite strategy? Try that example. When you're ready, try this next one. All right, try them out. Happy mathing!